Hello guys, and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to look at something slightly different. It's called USDJPY, and we're just gonna go through all the time frames and then decide on whether we should be selling it or buying it. So make sure that you stick until the end so that I can take you through all the breakdown, the entire top-down analysis, and then we will take a setup from there and trade. So let's get started. All right, so the first time frame that we're going to look at, it's the monthly chart. So this is how it looks on the monthly chart. We can see that this has been fairly to the upside, but we don't trade for like the longest term. So we need to check where could it possibly be headed to from here, where it is. Okay, we can see that from around, let's say 2020 all the way until 2022, end of 2022. That's where we hit that all-time high there, I think. And from there, what you can see is that the price formed this, which is what we call bearish engulfing, which basically means that the bulls were moving to the upside nicely, and then the bears became so aggressive to a point that the body of their candlestick swallowed the body of the previous candlestick or candlestick. So that's what we call bearish engulfing, which suggests that the bears are sort of in control or very aggressive or controlling the price, and they pushed beyond the first area of support. Now they're at the second one, which is this one here, the rally base rally, this one here. So this is the support that's currently that we're currently at, and this is the resistance that initiated all this movement to the downside, because remember, before that area there at the top, the bears were nowhere to be found. So the bulls were just dictating, pushing all the way to the upside. But all of a sudden, after forming this area here, after reaching that, that's when the sellers started to come in, and then resulted in that bearish engulfing, and even took the price from around 150 towards the 127. You see, so that's what we're saying. This is the nearest area of what? Of resistance. So we've got our support here, and we've got our resistance there. So basically, currently, the price is reacting from a support. We do understand that the bears showed some strength. They took out the first support, but now they're at a second one, and we cannot predict that the second one is going to be removed. We can see that when the price got there, that's when we started seeing this type of a candlestick here, the pin bar. Then the bulls tried to defend the zone where they formed their strong candlestick, this one here, but they failed to go at least until there. Right, the sellers are still saying no, we are not done. They pushed down, but also just because they pushed down does not mean we should now predict that this will be removed and the price will come here. It's possible, but we will have to wait for the price to do that before we can trade past this point. So for now, we can just say the price is reacting from a support, which means it still has a chance of going up to somewhere until there. So that's all that we can say on the monthly chart. So let's move on to the weekly chart and see how the structure looks like on that side. So this is what we have on the weekly chart, and we can see that during that very same time when the price was forming that engulfing on the monthly, here we had a very nice bullish trend, and the price dropped all the way to the downside. This is the area of support we had at the time when the price was still up there, right? And the price moved down. It moved down. Remember, it started here on the weekly. We can see all of it started with what? With the bearish rejection candlestick. The bears started to show that they're coming in when they formed that, and then they broke the range. They pushed to the downside towards the trend line. When they go to the trend line, the bulls try to defend their trend line because of what you can see. They're forming a bullish pin bar, of which they failed to go up towards at least that. They failed to do that, which means that's a sign of weakness. The same thing that we are seeing there on the monthly currently. The bulls moved from their support. They moved until here. They are failing to reach the resistance on that monthly. Now the sellers are back again. So this could end up breaking that, but we will not predict that. So here we go to the trend line, formed that, but it failed. The price pushed beyond that. We became bearish, right? Because this was removed, and then we are moving to the downside. As we are moving to the downside, we have got a drop, base, drop, drop, base, drop, drop, base, drop, all the way until the lowest point, which is this point here, right? So it means when the price formed this here, which is inside, remember, the monthly area of support. Maybe I should have marked that monthly area of support so that you can see what I'm talking about. Remember here we said the price is currently inside a monthly area of support, which means it has a chance to go up. For as long as it is inside a monthly area of support, there's always a chance of it reacting from that. So this is the support that we have on the monthly. You can see that. So currently, when the price got to this, it was inside that monthly area of support. And here on the on the weekly, we can see that the weekly area of support is slightly smaller. It's inside the monthly area of support, which is this one here. And the price touched both of them, and then it reacted. When it reacted, what did it do? You need to always assess that when the price reacted from that month area of support, it started taking out this drop, base drop, drop, base drop, drop, base drop that were formed during the previous trend because we moved higher than this. I'm just not sure if we removed the second one as well. Let's check. Okay, the second one hasn't been removed. We can see that the bulls showed some strength, they pushed up and they took this out, but they haven't removed that, which means on the weekly chart, we can say that the price is sort of, the bulls are showing some strength, but they have only removed one area of resistance. The sellers can still come back and defeat them. So which means here on the weekly, the same thing that we did there on the monthly, we just need to check where are the key structures that we need to be worried about. It's this area of support here at the bottom, and also the area of resistance, the same one that we said it was not removed. So these are the ones that are active at the moment, these two here. There you have it. So the price here on this chart, it is bouncing from this support, which is inside the bigger monthly support. Keep that in mind, and that resistance there. And we said that when we were on the monthly, we said the price is still playing around the monthly support, which means it has a chance of pushing up. Even here we can see that we're saying we are bouncing from the support, between the support and the resistance, and we are currently around the support, which means here on the weekly we have a chance of going until there. But on the monthly, because the monthly zone is up there, we have a chance of going until there if you're trading on the monthly. So let's check what, so far we can see the odds are leaning towards the upside, just for like we are anticipating a pullback basically because of what? Remember on the monthly, the bears, forming that bearish engulfing, but they are inside the support now. They're going to struggle to pass that. So we are anticipating sort of a pullback. It could be a pullback or a complete trend reversal. So let's check what we have on the daily chart. So on the daily chart, this is how the structure looks like. So let's just remove some of these weekly structures that were drawn in the during the previous what do you call this time frame. So this is the structure on daily, right? On daily, we're definitely bullish, all the way bullish, and all of that changed after forming this highest point there, and then we dropped and we became bearish, and then the price then pushed all the way down. Remember, it touched that weekly area of support that we're talking about just now. If you still remember, it touched this weekly area of support, this one here, touched that. And here on the daily, once the price, even though we know the price is bearish, but now you need to keep in mind that the daily is bearish, okay, fine, but you need to also remember where are the weekly structures, where are the monthly structures, so that if we are bearish, it does not mean you should continue going to the downside like that. Because when we are bearish on daily and the price touches a weekly support, I need to be worried. I need to take out my profit. You can see that it immediately touched that area of support. What did it form? It formed a bullish rejection candlestick and even moved higher than it. So that's where you can see that it's definitely reacting from that weekly area of support. So now if you're trading on this time frame, you could, it's either if you couldn't take a buy trade here, because this will always oppose, all these pauses in between, they will oppose your trade. So maybe if you missed that first one, you can wait for at least the price to take out one, then you can buy like that, buy like that, buy like that, and hope that the price will go to that weekly area of resistance, because we are saying on the weekly the price is basically bouncing between this and that, and this being inside in the monthly one, there's always a chance of the price pushing up until there. So if you wanted to execute from daily, this was the first option or the first area where you could enter the trade. Now the price is gone. Maybe you can, wait for it to go up like that, come back to this new one there, then you go buy like that until the price gets to this. But if you don't get confirmation, you're not going to enter, and we're not going to chase the price. This was a good opportunity for us to buy because of what? You were having a bullish rejection candlestick at a weekly area of support, which is inside the monthly one, and we are saying around that area the price is going to struggle to break it. So that's why this one, if you wanted to use it to execute, it was not a bad idea. So now you just need to wait for another opportunity, because the price does have a potential of going until day. It might not go straight like this, but looking at the structure on weekly and daily, there's definitely a potential to go there, because should the price remove this low, which is going to be very, very difficult, should it remove this low, it's gonna, I think it's, yes, not entirely, but should it remove this low, it's gonna open a very big space and it will be a free fall until there. So that's gonna be very difficult for it to do. So that's how we are saying the bulls will do everything within their powers to defend that zone and push the price back up. So let's check what we have on H4. And this is what we have on the H4. So let's see what we have. We can see that when the price touched that, remember the lowest point here, the same thing that we saw on the daily, that's when the price was touching the monthly, the monthly and the weekly area of support, right? And we're saying there's always a lot of pressure to the upside, and this has a chance to go at least until there. We'll see, unless if the price, the bears are still pushed down and take out that weekly support, then it will be a free fall. The monthly support, then it will be a free fall, of which is going to be a very difficult job for them to do that. So now let's see what we have here. The price since that point, when it moved all the way up and it broke the bullish trend line, the bullish trend line, and it became bearish and kept on going down and tapping these areas of resistance, going to the downside like that, and until it reached that weekly area of support. Now it moved up. Now it looks like it's retracing, and in doing so it broke this H4 trend line. It broke this drop based drop, the resistance, and it recently broke this rally based drop, the resistance, which means it is just confirmed that the H4 is bullish, which means currently on the H4 we have got this as our support and we have got this as our resistance. The price is bullish, which means it has a chance of going up there. But should it happen that the price pulls back, you can look for trades there and hope that that will be a pullback before it takes off to reach that resistance, right? So this resistance, it will be, it will always exert some force to the downside against your trade. Remember, look at how the price moved from this point to this point. It was not a smooth move. It didn't move like this to the downside. It kept on pulling back. But the target was to come here, of which it did reach that. Same thing here. As much as we're saying there's a chance of going up until somewhere around there, but I don't think it will just fly like that. It will always have pullbacks, and these pullbacks will keep on giving you a chance to enter. So currently we are saying it is bullish, which means there's a chance of you taking buy trades, but you cannot just say because the price is bullish, I need to just enter immediately, go open your chart and then start executing. No, you need to wait for the price to enter into an area that will allow you to take a buy trade, then you execute from there. And on this chart, we are saying the closest area that you can search for those buy trades is this one, because of what the downtrend ended when the price broke this and moved higher than this, higher than that. That's when the bulls confirmed that they have took the power back from what the sellers have been in control until this point, and then price moved into that, remember, that weekly area of support, and then the bulls found more, they found more other bulls there, then they had more strength, and then they overpowered the sellers, and then we can see their trend is reversing here. Then now we are saying, should it come here, you are buying. If it moves up, give you another area to buy, you will do that, because we know that These are currencies. It doesn't move like Nasdaq that will move like this when it moves up. No, there's always be a currency against another one, which means it will just be doing this and then it's moving up like that. So maybe let's check H1 as well. So on the H1, this is what we have. You can see the lower you move, the more messy the thing is going to look in terms of what the candlesticks. But we can say that it's also bullish. You have this, and the nearest resistance is still around the H4 area of resistance. So you can see that currently the price is giving this pin bars there is breaking their range, which means it will always increase what the pressure to go up like that. If you want to execute from there, there's always more pressure to do that. But should it fail to continue and move down towards that H4 area of support, that will also give you a chance to buy a bit lower, which will be what? A discount. So that's what you can expect from this one. Overall, we are expecting a bullish move in the next coming days or weeks. We are expecting a bullish move. But remember, it's a currency pair, which means it's not going to fly immediately. You need to wait, have patience, wait for it to pull back into an area where you'll find other people looking for buy trades. Then you're not the only one that's pushing up. Then there you stand a greater chance of winning. Because if you just jump in the middle of nowhere, sometimes you'll jump in during that time when the price wants to pull back and then before the next move. So you need to make sure that you're patient enough to wait for it to pull back so before you can enter. So that's what you can expect from this one. Just have your eyes open. You get those pin bars, the bullish pin bars. Make sure that you use those ones to add more trades as the price is moving up. But should it move down and invalidate all of this? Yes, it's possible. It can. But so far, there's nothing really that shows that they can do that because of what we are located there at the monthly support and the weekly support. There's going to be a lot of work that sellers need to do for them to reverse all of this. But should the structure change, I'll update again later. All right, guys, I think we can end it here. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.